Hello and welcome to another edition of Uncle Cousin. I'm Brian Ibbett, and here is my niece Rainey.
Hi.
How's it going?
So good.
Oh, good.
So good.
Good.
No, it is actually going really well. We're in performance block right now, but I do have a performance at the end of the day today for
Mm.
our entire school and staff. And I've been up since 5 a.m. memorizing, and I was doing the same thing last night at about, 12:30 p.m. a.m.
Uh-huh.
Casual. So it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh my
I feel
God.
good.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure you
feel
do. Lack of sleep. This is what acting school's all about, right?
That's showbiz,
That's
baby.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
All right, so let's the big question that I think everyone is wondering
Mm-hmm.
is Thanksgiving. Did you end up going to the 99th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or did you decide to hold off until the 100th?
I forgot I did that last week. Yes, I
Yes.
did. Yes,
Cool.
I did. And let me tell you, a once in a lifetime experience. That was really something. This is
Really?
gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be good. Okay, so, all right. Pro tips for the Macy's Day Parade,
Okay.
because it is, if you don't live here, the amount of pressure on you to have a good experience on this parade
Hmm.
is insane.
Hmm.
I did
Sure.
not, okay, preface. My first pro tip is you need to be at the beginning of the route. You need to
Mm-hmm.
be in the first 10, 15 blocks
Oh,
of the
really?
route.
Okay.
Yes, if you are Radio City Music Hall, anything past that,
Hmm.
like you're kind of risking the biscuit a little bit.
Okay. In
So
what way? Like,
I
are the performances kind of peter out after performing for several blocks, or what?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So they
Gotcha.
are paced to hit certain moments where they have the
Mm.
camera set up so that people who are viewing, which the viewership across the country is much higher, obviously, than the still somehow 2.5 million people that show up in person.
Sure.
It's
Wow.
crazy. Um, and like all along the route, it is packed.
Hmm.
And the cops have everything blocked off for a 2 block radius to the east side and 5 blocks to the west
Oh, wow.
for
Okay.
certain sections. Yeah, because it's like all the way up to like where the actual Macy's is. You
Mm.
have like the Broadway performers that are performing in front of the Macy's.
Sure.
And
Sure.
so my goal, because Just in Time, which is a show in Circle and Square
Right
upstairs,
upstairs. Yeah.
was performing, and
Hmm.
and Sarah Hyland from
Modern
Modern Family
Family. Yeah.
joined the cast,
Hmm.
and so she was performing with them, and I was so excited to see that. And I'm a silly little goose. I should just get in the pond because I was being a silly little goose. I thought you could just show up to the front of the Macy's and like if you got
Oh,
there early enough,
sure.
you'd be able
Yeah.
to watch the show. Hell no, you got to have tickets for that. LOL, that's on me. And so I thought in my brilliant little lizard brain
Uh-huh.
that if I just am as close as possible to where Macy's is, I'm gonna see some part of the performance. Incorrect. I
Mhm.
was at 35th Street
Okay.
and Macy's is on 34th Street, right? Miracle on
Okay.
34th Street.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That block, because I was like right there. I was right up
That's
front.
really
I was
close. It
on the
seems like it'd
railing.
be
I
really
was
close. Yeah.
I was right there.
Yeah.
That block from 30, I think, mm, 35th, 36th, and 37th,
Hmm.
no performances.
Because they're gearing up for being in front of Macy's. It's basically like,
Yes, it's
yeah.
their break to like
Yeah.
catch their breath. And
Right.
also because they're recording such big performances right there,
Hmm.
it's like a sound stage, essentially, is what they're trying
Oh,
to
right.
create.
Kind of like a
So
dead
it's like
zone. Like,
quiet.
yeah.
Exactly. So
So
it doesn't interfere with the audio.
oh.
So I woke up. I'm not kidding. I woke up at 5 a.m. I
Hmm.
was on the train by 5:30, bundled up. We stood there for 2 hours, and I'm not kidding. I watched 14 silent marching bands.
That's great. Just sitting there carrying their instruments. Doot, doot, doot. Oh my
Just
gosh.
walking,
Yeah.
just walking, and in a crowd of hundreds, there was at 1,000 people. At least, I don't know what 1,000 people looks like, but I am 99% sure there were 1,000
Probably.
people packed into this block at 35th and oh gosh, what is that? Probably, was it yeah, 35th and 6th.
Okay.
35th and 6th Avenue. And it's just like a butcher shop and a bank and a cannabis store and it's like this alleyway essentially. It's like a
Right.
two-lane road and we are packed in there like sardines.
Just to
And there's
watch
all these little
quiet.
kids just dead silent.
Yeah.
Like not I saw nary a performance.
So
All the
even the floats that go by that have singers and performers and puppeteers and stuff on it, completely silent as they go by that part too.
Yes, it was just Shaggy on a turkey, dead silent, not even waving at people, and people like randomly in the crowd who was also equally silent, by the
Yeah.
way,
Oh, really? Okay.
just dead. Just randomly you'd hear someone from the back be like, "It wasn't me." Like that was it. That was there was no music. They
That's
didn't set up
funny.
any speakers. There was no like nobody had like
Wow.
a Bluetooth speaker like
Yeah.
playing something. There's
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. Oh my
Nothing.
God.
Nothing. And I got adopted by the family that was next to me, which was very funny. So it was like this mom and the dad was huge. He was like 6'5" something. I mean,
Wow.
I was like cranking my neck to look up at this guy.
Yeah.
And their two kids, they had a daughter and a son, and the daughter's probably like 15 maybe, and then the son's like 9 or 10
Hmm.
maybe.
Hmm.
And he can't see anything. He's just looking for like Bluey and
Seeing
Spider-Man.
the
And
balloons as they go by. Yeah. Right.
yeah, which was the best part. Because even when you're like, if you're not right against the railing, you
Mhm.
can hardly see most of the
Sure.
performers, like the
Sure.
dancers and stuff. And then the crowd crush was crazy
Oh,
because there's
sure.
just like so many people packed in, and then people would try to like come towards the front. I'm like, there is no room. Like they would
Hmm.
think that there were gaps in front of like myself or the person in front of me, but that's where their kids are. Because
Hmm.
their kids
Hmm.
aren't over 5 feet tall, bro.
Right. So it
So
looks
there
like
is
there's a
no room.
gap. Yeah. Right.
There is no room. There's like all like, and I mean, when I say this crowd was like quiet, I mean kids weren't crying, they weren't screaming, they weren't talking. Like it was
It was like
crickets.
a weird little stasis, like a yeah. I'm trying to think of a good
Yeah,
example. It's like the the
it
waiting
felt
room.
more like being at a parade for Kim Jong-un than it did the Thanksgiving Day parade for Macy's. I was like dead silent, like crickets.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was crazy. And then there's like all these parents like, my kids are performing, like I gotta get up there. And I'm like, they're not. I
Yeah,
mean, they
they're
might be
walking.
in the parade, but they're not performing.
Yeah,
You're
they're
not gonna see
walking,
them right
but
here,
they're
honey.
not. Yeah.
Like, and
Wow.
it was insane. So I waited, yeah, 2 hours in a 30-degree weather, bundled up
Mm-hmm.
for the quietest parade I've ever witnessed, which was just hilarious. I was dying. I
Did
thought it was
you
so funny.
did you make it through the whole thing?
No,
No.
no, God, no, no.
No. Yeah.
Honestly, I saw Bluey and I was like, I'm out. I saw Bluey. I'm good. I'm cooked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find a cafe somewhere. And just like detox from this crowd experience. And this poor family, like the mom was like, we literally have a view of this street from our hotel room. And she realized this like halfway
Mm,
through the quiet parade. And she's
yeah.
like, it probably would have been better to stay home.
Totally. Like they could have stayed in the hotel and heard exactly the same thing, no matter where on the route they were.
Yeah.
If they're hearing nothing on the street, they could have stayed in a nice warm hotel room and just watched the go by quietly from their hotel room.
Yeah. And had a great view, and the kids could sit, and mom could have a coffee,
Right.
whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was so funny. It was so funny. I was just like, of course. And so I'm really glad that I decided to go
Hmm.
this year.
Hmm.
And that way, when it's the 100th and it's like the big event next
Oh
year, I can
God.
do it right.
And it's going to
Yeah.
be the crowds are going to be insane next year.
Oh,
You probably have to get in a waiting list now to get tickets for next
ticket.
year, or even to get
Yeah.
some sort of
Yeah.
good
And like
placement.
I'm not even sure I would because the only reason I wanted to go see was just to support the Just in
Yeah,
Time
you want to
cast and
see
have
Jonathan
that like
McGroff and
moment.
Sarah Hyland, who
Yeah.
we watched the performance, which was great. But man, Tina and I both looked at Sarah Hyland and said she just does not age. I think she was made by Pixar. Sarah
No,
Hyland.
genuinely.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Yeah. It's like if Snow White was turned into a real life person. Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just
Frozen in
adorable.
time.
Yes.
No, and she's so sweet. And oh my God. So I was watching an interview with her about her first performance actually.
Mhm,
And she because the thing with Circle in the Squares, because it's in the round,
mhm.
the actors like move through the crowd. They move
Oh,
through
really? Oh,
seating
that's
and
cool.
they're
Mhm,
like, yeah, it's like the show is happening around the audience. Um and so, yes, the dancing and the singing and the being on stage is like very physically intensive,
mhm.
but it is much harder to like run back and forth behind scenes to get to your marks on time. And a lot of times you're running like in the dark because the lights are down so
Sure,
that the scene
sure.
can transition. And so you're running in the dark, and some poor audience member just hears her go, oh, 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 and she fell. And then she pops up on her mark right as the lights come out.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
yeah, but great opening night blunder. It's a great story for
Really?
it
That was
too. It's
opening
really
night that
funny.
happened? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, her first show,
Hmm,
which is awesome. But yeah, it's so cool because it's like we'll just be like walking between classes and you can hear her like warming up in the stairwell
hmm,
and like um Jonathan making some comment like laughing because he has such a resonant voice. Like
hmm.
his laugh is just like so you hear it anywhere. So it's really fun.
Golly, it's got to be so
Um,
hard. I maybe, maybe it's not just being there, but it seems like it's got to be so hard not fanboying or fangirling when you see him, when you see them in the hallway or you
yes.
hear them or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, our whole class really like well, and Sadie Dickerson is so sweet. Like she's just so lovely. And there's been so many times when I'm just like passing her in the hallway and she's like, "Go get him, Tiger." And I'm, all right, Sadie, you too. Have a good day. Break legs. Like, and it's just really fun and funny, but also makes it feel like you're so close to being in that world, which
Sure.
is really great motivation on days like today when I'm waking up at 5 a.m. And this is what my line studies look like. I don't know if you can see
Oh
this
my
alien
gosh.
writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
this is
is
where you do the first letter of each word in
Mhm.
your
Yup.
script.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like a crazy person. Like,
Yeah,
that
what's
scene in
wild because
Transformers where Shia LaBeouf gets the alien writing in his head and he starts like scribbling on the walls? That's how I
yeah,
feel.
yeah. That's wild. So
It's
you're
good
reading
stuff.
that vertical, just like you showed it there. It's all written vertically, almost like Japanese. You know how they do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I
Hmm,
could do it like side by side, but for this, it just like it helps me switch it from like how I'm normally reading it to like
hmm,
a different format. So it like
hmm,
challenges my brain in a different way.
hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's tough. I'm performing in three different scenes for other directors. This is for my directing class as a performance tonight. So I'm
Okay.
directing a scene
Oh,
and then I'm
this is
in
the
three
okay.
other scenes.
Is this the
Yeah.
directing the or did you or you already did that scene you told us about last time where you directed the dream sequence that
Yes.
that already
Mhm.
happened, right? Okay. So what's the scene you're directing
Yes.
tonight
Yes.
or today?
Mhm. So now the first one we did was like interpretive content, the dream sequence, and
Hmm.
then this is literally putting on the content directly from the play.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were all given chunks of the scenes to direct, and then we had to find actors, and then basically like put together the set, put together the scene, direct it, give our
Wow.
our talent instructions. And then a bunch of us were really struggling to find actors because it's like, yeah, we're in a basement of 33 actors, but everybody has their own schedule. Trying to get
Right.
rehearsal times is really tough. And it's performance block, but like everyone is kind of overwhelmed at the moment. And
Sure.
so it's like, you want to be like, come on, man, like pull it together. Like this is the industry, it's like the stamina. But then on the other hand, it's also like you gotta respect your limits and like your mental health and like what you're capable of doing. And nobody wants to bring someone onto a project, like whether it's something as little as a school performance or as big as a Broadway show, if they're kind of reluctant about
Yeah.
being there, it's not really the energy you want to bring into the
Sure.
room.
Sure. Oh
So
God. Yeah.
it's just
And
like, yeah.
and I'm sure, you said 33 actors down there, but all 33 of those actors are probably doing exactly what you're doing, directing their own thing where they have to find actors. Like it's basically Yeah, I can act in your thing,
Yeah.
but I've also got to direct my own
Yes,
scene.
so directing is an elective class.
Oh, it
So it's
is.
like an
Okay.
extra you can add
Gotcha.
on. Which I took that bullet and I was like, absolutely, I want to
Yeah.
like I'm here at school and I want to learn absolutely as much as I can about every aspect of the industry and just milk the hell
Just
out of this
sponge
experience.
as much information as you can. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And so I was like, heck yes, sign me up for directing. But other people do have other electives as well. Like there are people that are in advanced dance,
Hmm.
which is an extra, like, I think 2 or 3 classes a week of just extra dance classes. There are people that are in tap. Most people that are in advanced dance are also in tap because they're dancers first. So they're taking on all of those physicality
Yeah.
classes, which,
Yeah. Probably
you
makes
know,
sense to do those all together anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
And it's such a great skill to have. I am not prepared to take on tap or most other dance classes at this time. But
Sure.
that's okay. Have next year to try those things out.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, they have dance, they have advanced dance, and then some people did like sign up for extra vocal lessons and paid for extra vocal lessons. So people do have other extras. There's only 9 of us in directing. There might be more. I didn't count. I'm gonna be honest. I think I just like made that number up, but I'm pretty sure it's 9. And and so it's like a small group, um but all 9 of us need at least 2 actors. And like I even emailed my creative director of the school, was like, hey, do you have a list of alumni that would like might be
Oh,
interested in the directing project? And she was so sweet and so supportive and so kind. And she was like, yes, but they are all working professionals. So
right.
like find time for them to show up and do rehearsals and be in a directing piece that's neither a credit nor paid, other than in Munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts, is probably not at the top of their
Sure.
list,
Sure.
which is so valid, so valid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I emailed a few people and I did not hear back,
I
which
was gonna say,
is
oh, not
makes
even a,
sense. That track.
not
You
even a
know, they'd be
polite
like, who
no.
is
It
this?
was just
No,
like,
I'm sure
yeah.
they're like, oh, this is some like campaigner, some
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Uh, yeah, so
Wow.
it's been a challenge, but worth it. Fun
Well, cool.
networking.
So that's going on today. So, wow, that sounds cool. The the directing thing. So, let's also talk about your the understudy thing. What's currently happening? Still in self or solo rehearsal mode, right?
Yes,
Hmm.
yeah. So I am also working on memorizing those lines, even though no, any of my classmates are listening. I know it is not a requirement, and I am
Sure.
not, my memorization is not encouraging you to be off book. You are not required to be off book, okay? But like, I don't know. I just feel like as an understudy, it's like you never know when you're going to go on.
Yeah.
Like, for example, very sadly, we had someone drop out of the program for like just mental health
Hmm.
purposes.
Hmm.
And they were a main character in the cast. And so there are 2 roles. So both of their understudies got moved up into
Wow. Okay.
roles, which is very bittersweet, right?
Sure.
But the thing is, if that happens and this whole time you've been like, oh, I can be on book
Hmm.
until you get moved up into that position, then it's like, no, now you need to be
Now you
memorized.
got to
I would
memorize it.
I would
Yeah.
just rather be memorized when the time comes.
Sure.
And that way when it shows up, I can just jump in and I'm not going to be like a hindrance to the rehearsal
Heck yeah.
process.
No, I mean that
Um,
looks really good on you to be A, to kind of be going above and beyond.
mhm.
But B, also just ready. Yeah, you need me to step in. I've got it memorized. I can do it. So
Yeah. Yeah. And Mark Nelson, God love him, sent an email that was like, it was so sweet, so lovely, so like kind. And then all the scheduling and all the updates. And then one of the things was like, and also, I do remember asking for those that have been cast as leads in the show to be off book by next Monday. And some of you clearly worked on your lines over break. Some of you still don't know what you're saying or
clearly
what you mean.
didn't. Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly did not.
Yeah. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
and the quote that I like most is, "It's time to get real, folks." And
Mm,
I'm like, okay, so
yeah.
it's like, yeah. So like, am I allowed to be on book? Sure. Am I gonna be? No, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna aim to be off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
just feels right, and I don't want to piss off Mark. Not that I don't know if that's possible. I mean, maybe that email.
No,
I don't know.
it sounds like, very, very easy to piss off Mark, and he may not show it when he's pissed
Yeah.
off.
No, he's very polite about it, but I mean,
You can tell
his let's
the
get real
tone.
is yeah, it's
Hmm.
okay, a little bit of side eye. I'm like, I hear you, Mark. I hear you and I respect you and I love that for you. And I love that you're so gently firm. That's nice. That's nice. Um,
Right.
I'm still intimidating. So that's great. But yeah, and it's a fun challenge and like I don't know, I have been complaining more than I should about this because it's just been a lot, it's been
Hmm.
stressful. And then I
Sure.
remember like, oh yeah, I'm like living in New York, going to theater school, doing
Totally.
the thing
Kind
I'm
of living
passionate
the
about every
dream.
day.
Yeah.
Literally. So it's like, oh right, shut up. Yeah,
Yeah.
just go
What
with
have I
it.
got to
Keep
complain about?
it up. Right. Like things have been
Sure.
much worse in my life. At other points, it's like this is great. So yeah, and it's just like I think it's just because I care so much and I don't want to do a bad job, and then I get anxious, and then I'm like, what I'm actually complaining about is like the overwhelming feeling I have
Hmm.
instead of like what the actual workload is.
Hmm.
But I take it out
Yeah,
on my
that makes
workload.
sense.
It's inanimate and can't respond to me. God damn it. And I wish it could. I wish it could just read these lines up to me. And I do have an app for that, but also it's just like it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's fun. It's fun. I probably won't be home until like 11 tonight, and that's fine.
Oof. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's really good after a night where you don't get very much sleep. Get up early, do a whole day's worth of stuff, and then not get home till late.
Yeah, the dream.
That's right. I
Precisely.
mean, just like you said earlier, that's showbiz.
That's showbiz. Yeah, no, but luckily, so because it's performance block, we don't have any regular classes. I will be in school Saturday and Sunday for the next 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like 7 days a week we have classes for the next
Wow.
3 weeks.
Okay.
Because we don't have our regularly scheduled classes, but we have devised works, which is where we are broken up into groups and work with a professor.
Hmm.
And they act as a director, they're all directors, but they act as a director for basically all of us contributing ideas to build something completely like new and unusual,
Hmm.
which is really cool. That's going to be a lot of fun, but it's like 3 4 hour long rehearsal chunks, 3 or 4, sometimes 5 days a week for the next 3 weeks. And then we also
Wow.
have our holiday concert. So, and this is so fun. I'm really actually really excited about this, but we're gonna be doing a tour.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a tour of old folks' homes in Manhattan and performing a holiday concert for some elderly people. And that's gonna be really fun and exciting.
That's cool. All
Um,
singing, or is there going to be any doing like a skit or anything like that, or is it just going to be?
I think it's all singing. We
Hmm.
do have some like soloists
Hmm.
and like small groups, small
Hmm.
ensembles,
Sure.
but for the most part it's just singing. I don't think we're doing clowning. I haven't seen anything about clowning in the email, so I don't think that that's the thing that's happening.
What are you going to be singing? Do you know?
Yes. Oh gosh. Okay. So hold on. I made a full Spotify playlist just so I could actually hear what they sound
Oh,
like
really?
because
So
most of these
this is a
songs.
big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, this is a whole thing. So there's the Winter Song by Sarah Bareilles and Ingrid Michaelson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sarah Bareilles
Cerebrellis. Yeah.
for
Cerebrellis.
yeah, for other people.
For other
And
people,
then
is it really? Is it really pronounced beret? I know it's like it looks French. Is it
yeah,
really
it's
beret?
French.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
yeah.
I've always thought it was just Cerebrellis. Oh, funny.
As did I
Yeah.
until our piano teacher corrected me.
Wow.
Jean-Paul was like, "It's beret," and I was
Beret.
like,
Okay.
"Yep,
Okay. Good to know.
Swedish guy, probably right." You're probably right. Sorry, Jean-Paul, ignore me. Thank you so much. Oh my God. And I laughed. I actually like delayed rehearsal probably by a good minute and a half because he made a joke about, he was like, and that's what we call syncopation, which is five patients. And I thought that was
That's
hilarious. I
hilarious.
lost it. Nobody
Yeah.
else laughed. And then
Really?
he just
Okay.
made cold eye contact with me the entire time I laughed. I'm like, together. I'm sorry if that was good. That got
Can't
me.
help it.
That
Yeah.
got and then we have the Christmas song by Mel Torme.
Yep.
Ocho Candelicas from by well, it's sung by Dina Menzel on this, but
Hmm.
it's composed by someone else. Pas de Pain, which is a very fun French Christmas song.
Okay. About bread?
The Hanukkah song, We Are Lights, not Adam Sandler's, sadly.
Bummer.
Bummer, that's
Yeah,
a
it's
shame.
too bad. I was really hoping for some, put on
Yeah,
your
he's
yarmulke
a New
eyes.
York treasure,
He
that guy.
is,
So I
sure.
thought
Yeah.
I was really excited. I saw that the Hanukkah song was on there, and I was like, "Let's go, Sandler, baby!" And then it was not. It was not him.
Different
And
Hanukkah
that's
song
okay.
altogether. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the White Winter Hymnal by the version done by the Pentatonics, because obviously
Oh,
we're going to be a
cool.
choir.
Yeah, you got to do have the
Originally by Fleet of Foxes.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
your
And
Wi-Fi
it's
is
a
getting
really beautiful
choppy. There
song
we go.
about
Looks like it's
people
getting
losing
better.
their head. No, no.
I'm watching
Listen,
the,
coverage in New York is a literal nightmare.
looks like it's good now. I was seeing yellow and red for a second. Now it looks like it's
Okay,
good.
good.
Okay, good. Wow. So this could be a
And we're back.
pretty, yeah, pretty serious concert, like pretty serious,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
how many different,
Yeah.
assisted living and retirement homes are you gonna be going to?
I think five.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It
And one of
really
them
is a
is,
tour.
yeah, and one of them it's a whole tour. It's a
Yeah.
legit, like, this is gonna be a process. And one of them is across from the Louis Vuitton building. That looks like giant suitcases right now. And
Oh,
myself and
cool.
my peer Alec are really excited for that. So
Sometime before or after the performance, you're going to be sneaking over there to look at,
yes,
yeah,
yes. He and
Louis
I
Vuitton. Sure.
will be definitely recording some videos together in front of the Louis Vuitton building, singing one
Nice.
of our many, many Christmas songs,
Oh,
holiday
very cool. Yeah.
songs. Because we also have a Kwanzaa song, which I have not put on here, I
Hmm.
don't think, but we'll see. Yeah, so it's great.
Interesting.
It's great. I'm very excited for that. Did I have any idea I would be singing this much? No.
Yeah.
No, but we're getting better. We're getting better at it. It's great. It's good stuff. And then we had our EWR auditions also earlier this week on Tuesday. God, there's so much going on. But that's for the emerging writers residency. So we're, I
Hmm.
guess, also doing a big 6 month long, what are we going to call that? Seminar?
Retreat or
Virtual?
yeah. So this is for, so
Yeah.
you also teach writing there at Circle in the Square. They teach
Yeah.
writing. So, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we all auditioned, and then they're putting on a musical and a play, and each of us are going to get cast in some role in it. And originally, oh God, so we did a workshop on the audition, which went horrendously for me.
Mhm.
My classmates disagree. It was bad. It was bad, and that's okay. It's okay. I flopped, and that's all right. We have to fail.
Sure.
Failing is a
That's how
requirement.
we learn. Yes.
It is. And I sang How Far I'll Go by Moana, which
Okay.
I apparently don't know that well. And that's a shame.
Uh-huh.
And then I did a monologue from Eurydice by Sarah Rule, to which the responses to that were, but are you interested in playing a 16-year-old? And no. And and then they're like, oh, and your monologue, well, that one's like really overdone at this point. And I was like, cool, cool,
Oh,
noted. Throw
really?
that
Oh,
out of my
shoot.
brain.
Okay.
That's fine. We'll just save that for entertainment purposes, a party trick. And
Bummer.
then I switched to Midge's monologue from It's Not About My Mother,
Okay.
which is the play that was written by that barista that I met at the drama
Oh,
bookstore.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
And they were like, "Oh, this is great. This
No
is like
chance of
so
that
edgy
getting
and like sad and
overdone.
hard." And I was like, "Yeah, no, literally,
Yeah.
it just fresh off the presses.
Right.
No shot." I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that has a monologue from that particular play memorized, other than the playwright and maybe their friends.
Right. Right.
And which is perfect, perfect.
Totally.
Keep that in my back pocket for later. And then
Good to have it handy.
yeah, and then the song was Rolling in the Deep by Adele. And luckily, because we had another seminar, LOL, like I said,
Mhm.
a lot going on. We had
Mhm.
another seminar before that audition with Billy Bustamante, who is just like, oh my God, he's sensational. He is so fabulous, like full of energy, full of life, loud, exuberant, direct, honest, like just very like fundamental theater kid, just like solid. He's so funny. And So we basically workshopped that song, luckily, beforehand. And we had a whole room of people, and I think I was the only one in the room he'd probably never heard sing outside of like all sing and certain things we have to do with
Sure.
school because everybody else he works with in musical theater
Yeah.
or has known for years. And he was like, "Hey, yeah, Ray, get up here. Let's work on rolling in the deep." And I'm like, "Okay, all right." Sure, let's do it. And it
Yeah.
was actually so helpful. And he was like, "Well, you're a really strong actor, so it's like he's like, and I also want you to know, I love your tone. Like you have the smoky quality to it. It's
Mhm.
very like grounded and earthy, and it could be a villain, it could be a heroine. It's like you just have this like really great tone to you that's like super unusual." Um, and he's like, "But you have really strong acting skills. So just act the shit out of the song, and then if you miss a couple notes, they won't care because they'll think it's a choice." And I was like, "Ah, well, great." Just
Brilliant.
I like, yeah, literally, yeah. It's like the landlord special when they just like paint over the cockroaches on the wall. You know what I mean? And
Exactly,
it's like
right.
that
It
same
just
thing. Yeah,
exactly. Why get rid of the cockroaches when you can make it look like it's on purpose, like it's
yeah,
part of the
exactly.
decor. Billy
Exactly.
Bustamante, by the way, is such a perfect theater name. Like you hear
Isn't
that
it?
name and you're like, there is a person who's going to go into the arts.
Yes.
You're not
Oh,
going to buy a
absolutely.
car from a Billy Bustamante. You're not going to this
No.
Billy Bustamante is not going to come over and fix your furnace. He is
No,
in
Billy
the
Bustamante is a spotlight. He
yeah, yeah.
is the moment. He is an icon.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, he's really awesome. So, and it's just been really cool because like the more I get to know my professors and like all of the faculty at Circle in the Square, it's just like so incredible how talented they are and how committed they are to this process and how like I don't know, just like they're just such incredibly full, like rich souls.
Mhm.
And it's a really wonderful thing to be around them and like to see kind of what lies ahead in our future as long as we stick to it, we don't let the industry crush our souls. And which we're doing great on that front, I think most of us. The basement might be having more of an impact in the industry, but it's good. It's good stuff.
Sure.
Um, Going in before it's dark and coming up when it's dark again. And then
Yeah.
if you're up in the sunshine, you get lucky. You get a break in the middle of the day. It's gray.
Yeah.
It's gray, but it is sky. It is sky and open air, and that's what we're looking for.
That's cool.
Um, I actually saw a video today of someone being like, when your sister comes home from NYC and this person like leaving their driveway and their sister's just laying flat on her back in the grass in the front yard staring at the sky. And I'm like, yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds about
all the
right.
clouds and sky and yeah, for sure.
That's literally that's what New Yorkers that's what we go to Central Park for, is
Mhm,
just to like touch grass.
mhm.
That's it. We're
Yeah,
we're
you
all
don't
just flat on our backs, silent, just
it's true. I mean, you don't realize much, how tall the buildings are and how much, when you look up, you're not seeing sky, you're seeing, a little patch of sky in between a few buildings. Remember
yes,
that
it's
from
concrete, 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 glass, 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 sky.
little bit of blue. Yeah,
Little bit of
exactly.
blue, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I think that's why Tribeca is so cool because since it's a much older area of New York. It's like the tip of Manhattan,
Mhm,
and a lot of the buildings are lower there. Like
mhm.
they still have, yeah, but it kind of like all piles up in the center once you're more towards, like the 35th area,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of nice because it's like you get that little moment. And then Brooklyn is that way too. Like they still have a lot of like tall buildings and whatnot, but there are a lot more like older, shorter buildings. So it's nice to like once you start exploring the boroughs, you can kind of find
These
a few
patches
more
of
patches of sky.
yeah.
Yeah. But I cannot wait for it to be spring so I can go to the botanical gardens. I'm gonna go see all the botanical gardens. I'm gonna go to the one in Brooklyn and the Bronx and then New York's, the one in Manhattan. So like, yeah, it's I'm excited
Wow.
for that.
Does every borough have their own botanical gardens?
There are multiple zoos, there are multiple botanical
Huh.
gardens. Like each borough, it could essentially be its own city. Each
Really?
borough
Yeah.
is like twice the size of Denver
Yeah.
alone.
Wow.
So like,
Okay.
yeah, and then Brooklyn is massive.
Hmm.
Brooklyn is huge. And there's this joke going around like about the Bushwick boyfriend, Bushwick girlfriend, and it's like a septum piercing and thrifted clothes and like the vintage stuff. And it just cracks me up. So yeah, it's like everybody has their own little like city and its own culture and its own vibe,
That's
and that's
funny.
that's really fascinating.
What
And then it's all actually one city, which is crazy. It's insane.
and you got what Greenwich Village? Where's Greenwich Village? Is that in Manhattan? No, where's that?
Yeah, Greenwich is in Manhattan. I want to say like east side of Manhattan,
Okay.
I think.
That's another, I always hear about that being an artsy, really super artsy part of New York. So,
Yeah, yeah, it
yeah.
is. It's nice. It's nice. It's honestly like I don't really I guess like no, I because I was literally about to be like, oh, well, like Harlem, but no, like there are the whole city really is just like very artsy, but there are very concentrated areas. Like
Hmm.
Tribeca is like high end art, like art sales, art galleries, things like that, and
Hmm.
then um. Greenwich is like, I mean, there's galleries everywhere. I literally like took like I had a 2 hour break and I went to 8 galleries
Oh
back to
my
back to
God.
back because they were
Yeah.
just a whole block of galleries
Yeah.
within walking distance from the school. So yeah, it's really cool. And it's like nice to be in the art scene. I feel like I haven't spent enough time doing like art and drawing, but it's like if I have a free moment, I'm probably studying lines
Yeah.
or napping,
Yeah. No,
maybe
it sounds
eating
like, I mean,
sometimes.
I'm amazed hearing about your schedule. I'm kind of amazed you have any free time at all because it feels like
Yeah.
there's so much stuff you've got going on that you're talking about. Like the next 3 weeks are going to be 7-day weeks. Is then right after that is a kind of a holiday break, Christmas break?
Yes, we have from December 19th, I think, until at least January 10th, but maybe later than that.
Okay.
So it's like the full month off. But I am looking at getting into like an extra some gig work and just trying to make as much money as possible
Yeah,
during that
for
time.
sure. Oh God, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, fortunately you can
yeah.
get, I'm sure, like seasonal stuff. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna look into seasonal stuff. I was also looking at dog walking because I think it would just like, yeah, it's gonna be like cold as hell, but that means there's gonna be a lot of rich people who don't want to take their dogs outside. And
right,
like I
right.
can be the trudge and toil in their delight.
Yes, you
Thank you.
can pick up big poops, little poops.
Yeah, walk 5, 6 dogs at a time in the snow. Who cares? I'll be outside all day. I'll get heated gloves and a heated coat, and I'll
Yeah.
take those boys outside, and I will make my $60 a walk and cash in hand, head home, cry and pay rent. You know what I mean? The good stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes, enjoy that money for the few seconds that you have it and then turn it
right.
back over.
And
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we've got a little bit of time left, but I wanted to get a response to our last episode. Before Tank Girl responded, great show. Thanks for answering my question. I talked to my friend in New York, and this is his recommendation for the best pizza. He's got three Lombardi's on Mulberry Street. I know, I see you getting a pen.
Lombardi. And yeah, yeah, you know it. I'm gonna write this down.
So Lombardi's on Mulberry Street. Any Moto Pizza. So I guess that might be several locations out there, a chain out there, Moto
Yeah,
Pizza.
I think I've seen that.
And Joe's on Bleecker. Oh, I love it. Mulberry Street, Bleecker. I've heard these are like these magical places I know from music, like Billy Joel's Big Man on Mulberry Street, and then Bleecker Street. You think of like the is that where the Brill Building was? It's a big musical, Bleecker
Yeah.
Street.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
concert
Yeah.
venues. I think there's concerts on Bleecker Street. Grateful Dead or something performed on Bleecker Street. If
Yeah.
I'm probably confusing with something else. But there you
Yeah. No,
go.
yeah. Love that. I will have to go check those out and make that happen. Get me some slices
There you
because
go.
oh my God,
Exactly.
love some good.
She also asks a new question. How old were you when you caught the acting bug?
Oh, that's a fascinating question. So I played 4 roles in my kindergarten production of The Wizard of Oz. I was Munchkin 2, uh, Lollipop Guild Boy 1, um, yeah, the little dancers, the little
Yep.
Lollipop Guild dancers.
Yep.
Um, and one of the girly pops that was also a munchkin. I played like 3
Okay.
munchkins.
Wow.
And then I was the Tin Man.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty, like,
Yeah.
three chorus roles and then a biggie.
Yes. And I tap danced as the Tin Man. And I had a very cute little metallic suit, and I had a funnel on my head that was spray painted
Uh-huh.
silver.
Of course.
And I recreated that costume in high school, I believe. junior year of high school, I think. I found a silver dress at Forever 21 and I was like, Tin Man, baby, let's go.
Nice.
And yeah, and so I loved loved being in that performance. And then we did a Yellow Submarine in second grade, and I was only a surfer, and I remember being very devastated that
Oh,
Sally Feast, God love her, Sally Feast got the lead role that I wanted, and I was like, it's literally about the Beatles. Nobody wants this more than me.
yeah, no
Um,
kidding.
I'm fine. I'm cool. I don't resent you at all, Miss Medina. You were a wonderful teacher, made interesting choices. Fine. And I had a broken arm anyway, so I probably shouldn't have been a lead, but it's my hot pink brace was a little distracting.
Yeah,
It's fine.
might
Uh,
might have been.
um, but I think like catching the acting bug seriously didn't happen until 28, like last year.
Because in those, like when you're in first grade, second grade, you're in those plays because you kind of have to be in those plays. That's what everybody in the
Yeah.
class is going to be in this play. You're kind of forced. But so it was last year,
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you know this about me, Brian, but I love attention.
oh yeah,
And
yeah. How,
I
no way, really? Shock
What?
face.
No. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. This is a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being at Savannah's church when we were like this had to have been like second or third grade because she had moved to Highlands Ranch already.
Hmm.
And we were at church and they were talking about it had to have been the fall because they were talking about putting on their um nativity play at the end of the year. And they were like, who wants to be in the play? And I was like, me, I do. And she was like, you don't even go to this church. You can't. And you can't. And I was like, that's a good point.
I thought you're
And then I
supposed to be
did.
welcoming in a church. That doesn't seem fair. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think Dad was going to be driving me the 45 minutes to rehearsal
Oh,
three
good
times a
point.
week,
Yeah,
but
good point. Sure.
um, but I also got to play Mary Magdalene in the nativity play that my church put on at the time.
Okay.
That's when I was like little, um, maybe like 8 or 9. That's not little, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway, a littler, smaller now.
Sure.
Only I could go back. No, I'm just kidding. No, thank you. But I always like really enjoyed the process of putting on plays. And
Hmm.
then I guess I kind of just like picked other passions. I leaned into diving, I leaned into volleyball, a lot of like sports related things, art, especially. The art was like my big focus in high school.
Hmm.
And it wasn't really possible to do theater and sports and art as much as I wanted to take on because they all had the same schedule. And as much as NHS wanted me to have somehow have Hermione's time turner and be in all of those classes
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
They're like, you need more extracurriculars, and I'm like, I literally can't. They won't let me.
There's
The
no
counselor won't.
exactly. Every evening after school is booked.
Booked up. So no way. And I always like kind of like looked at the theater kids and I was all like, oh, that looks nice over there.
Hmm.
Oh, that looks like fun. Oh, it's pretty cool you guys are doing that. Oh, into the woods? That's interesting. Wow, that's cool. Nice, congrats.
I
And then
like
I
that
was
for
like,
you.
yeah, I like that for you. That's a cool journey that you're on. And then,
It's funny
um,
because I would have if you would have asked me, or if before Tanker would have asked me when did Rainey catch the acting bug, I would have said probably way earlier, high school, junior high school, or middle school,
yeah.
because you've always come across as a performer, as a, I mean, it's the, you know,
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, there's always uh obviously a sense of humor, you're always making jokes, always, but it is I think that there's a positive. You say I always want attention, or I happen to be a fan of attention, say it like
Mhm.
it's a bad thing. No, I think it's a good thing. Like it is there's a confidence and uh a self-esteem, you know confidence is
Yeah.
the best word. You've got a
Yeah.
self-confidence that I think just screams performance, whether it's singing,
Yeah.
acting, I mean even directing and writing, whatever you end up doing.
Yeah.
It seems to fit. But I would have put you at that much earlier um
Yeah.
than
I mean, maybe
just a few years ago.
I did get the bug and I just kind of like didn't let myself really
Hmm.
like explore it. I remember writing plays in middle school.
Hmm.
I was in drama all 3 years. It was like one of my consistent electives. Like I really, Miss Nias was the most wonderful drama teacher. And I wrote whole plays and directed them and acted in them. Um, and maybe it's just because like I didn't get a call from an agent when I was 13. I was like, oh, guys, is that meant for me?
Mhm. Uh-oh, froze.
But I
Oh, there you go.
like didn't like pursue it more. And then I guess like once I decided that I was like, this is performance is really what I want to do. And I think a lot of it honestly stems from being the youngest of four in the house at the time, six
Yeah.
now. But the youngest of four and having to like manage that tension in the house all the time and like,
Mhm.
be sort of the comic relief for my super dramatic high school age sisters and like
Right.
um,
You kinda
just
were,
trying
yeah.
to keep the levity at the dinner table.
That's true, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of like, there you had to balance the older siblings' drama with your own humor. That totally makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, and here we are, and it worked out great, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Um,
I think you're right. I think you probably had the acting bug earlier than you even realized you had it.
yeah, yeah, I would say that's true. Yeah, because like every time I think about it, I'm like, well, I didn't get serious about it, and I'm like, well, but serious and wanting to do it are different things. And
They
like you
are,
start
yeah.
digging back. So yeah, yeah, no, that's an interesting question. But
Mhm.
yeah, and then I just feel like it's art and being a creative person, and I think everybody's creative in their own capacity. I think a lot of people think, oh, because I can't draw, I'm not a creative person, and they just
Mhm.
stop there and they don't
Mhm.
like explore other avenues. But it's
Sure.
really like oh my God, everyone's so creative. Everybody, everybody really is creative, and I think like once we allow ourselves to really explore certain aspects of our personalities that make us very like passionate and excited and like ready to be out in the world and commit to that forward passion and that drive and the desire to make something from nothing, we find out a lot about ourselves. And I do really wish that art was valued in the same way that science is, because I feel like they are very married. I feel
Mhm.
like scientists are some of the most creative people in the world
Yeah.
because they are trying to explain the world to you with proof. And nobody's asking me to show my work as to like how I made an art piece or how I put together the scene. Like nobody's asking me that. They got to show their work, and they also have to explain things that don't make sense based off an idea they had because they recognized a pattern, and that's insanity, but that's also how I feel when I'm making art. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. So it's like I just wish that those two were held in equal value because
Regard,
I
yeah.
think we as humans need both. We're very physical, very scientific, very serious, very tangible, like needing that physicality of science. And
Mm.
then our souls need art to explain all the things that we can't necessarily explain with math yet. Um, and so yeah, I just wish that we could really as a society value art and put funding. And honestly, science isn't getting that much funding either, if we're all
No,
being really
it's
honest. But
sadly, last few years of the focus on science has seemed to, diminish a little bit. So yeah, it would be nice if
yeah,
both arts and sciences were getting the respect and attention and weren't considered. I
yeah,
mean, in the case of art, just weren't considered as frivolous investments. You know,
yeah,
art is what makes us human and what differentiates us and what um because we all have roughly the same biology. We all have roughly the same, you know, the guts and the skeleton and everything like that. We're all the same roughly in that aspect. But art
yeah.
and what we love and what we see is beautiful and what we see is dramatic and what we see is um, touching is all different for everybody, and that's what makes us unique.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's so important to have that connection to your soul and know what moves you and to
Hmm.
move other people, to have the desire to move other people.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we lose when we lose sight of art. Like science gives you a reason to act, art motivates you to do it.
Hmm.
art motivates you to get up and actually like take action, you know? Because like if you look at like sociology as a science, for example, right? And it's telling you like, oh, there's social inequalities or there's pay inequalities
Hmm.
or gender gaps or whatever those are.
Hmm.
That's all great and dandy. You can fully understand that, but sometimes people don't know how to take action until they see a play like Liberation, for example, that's
Hmm.
on Broadway right now, and it's a queer storyline, and it's all about like self-discovery and identity and women in the 70s and that like the liberation of them as individuals. And you see something like that, and then you're like, oh my God, like I need to take action in my
That's where
life.
they.
And
Well,
so,
that's what moves them to jump in.
yeah,
Yeah.
feel like science is the gunpowder, art is the spark, and we need both, you know?
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
What a perfect
Period. And we're done.
place.
And
Exactly. I was gonna say perfect place to wrap this one. I love that.
yeah, a wrap. That's a wrap, everybody.
Science
Great
is
job.
gunpowder, art is the spark. If this, maybe that I do need to do. I need to start making these like little, frame titles as opposed to just putting them up as this screen right here. I need to do the whole YouTube thing of making them marketed and pretty and that sort of thing. So I think I'm going to use that
Yeah,
as
as
today's
our
title.
editor and guide and director and
Yeah.
marketing team and tech
Yeah.
team, we
Yeah.
need you to step it up.
Exactly. I'm just not doing enough for Uncle
Yeah.
Cousin. Yes, it's
Yeah,
true.
come on, Brian. Come on. No,
All
I
right, fair enough.
appreciate everything you do. You're wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, as
Oh my God, and
always.
yours as well. I guess we'll play the next 3 weeks by ear and figure out the best times to record. If Thursday mornings work, then we could do Thursday mornings for the next 3 weeks. But you let me know. I love that this is kind of the stuff that happens after the
Yeah,
recording, but we're gonna do it right here.
yeah,
Just let me know what
yeah.
works for you for next week, and we'll make it
Yeah,
work.
I'll get you updated. I
Cool,
think Wednesday through Friday mornings will probably be best,
cool.
but the schedule is changing frequently.
I'm
So
sure it
I'll
is. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you, Rainey. Have a great weekend and
yes,
good
love you
luck.
guys.
Love you too. Good luck with everything tonight.
Yes, thank you. I will need it. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye bye.